Oh, what's happening, fuckers? And welcome to the Bowser Towers, where our motto is,
You will die!
we have many facilities available for our guests. Over here we've got the
Boiling lava!
swimming pool, then we've got our buffet, serving up the finest
Spaghetti!
and
A meatball!
And finally, we have whatever the fuck is going on in here. I've honestly got no idea. You know, you might be asking yourself, why is this intro even more obnoxious than usual? Well, today we are taking a look at Hotel Mario, a game at least somewhat responsible for my long-standing brain damage. So, let's get into it.
Luigi, look! It's from Loey Reviews. Dear pesky plumbers.
Developed in June 1994, as part of a collaboration between Nintendo and Dutch company Phillips, a deal famously made after cancelling a similar deal with Sony, who never made another video game ever again. Hotel Mario is a puzzle platformer title, released for the now forgotten Phillips CD-i, and is likely the reason Nintendo sues anything resembling their biggest meal ticket. In this game, you play as the titular
Pesky plumbers.
once again tasked with saving Princess Peach from Bowser, who has locked her away in one of his 7 Koopa hotels. Man, I'd hate to see the online reviews of those places. Gameplay revolves around closing each of the hotel room doors on each stage, perhaps in fear of what Mario might see inside, while dealing with the various classic Mario enemies littered across the stage. Each stage is separated into multiple levels, which you move between using elevators, and trust me, you'll spend most of your time in the lift, because the enemies in this game are assholes. And yes, this game is infamous for its weird and awkward cutscenes, which were used to great effect in YTPs back in the day. These are iconic videos, that most people probably know I'm for.
Where'd she go? It's kinda dark.
You bring a light?
Luigi, start digging in your butt, twin.
I really struggled to write about the things I don't like about Hotel Mario, because I couldn't get away with writing repetitive and boring, over and over again. Because that would be, well, you know, it's truly the most boring type of bad game. Gameplay is overly simple and incredibly repetitive. Any attempts to mix up the gameplay only make things worse, and the difficulty varies violently from stage to stage. It's just not a lot of fun. And that's without getting into enemies always spawning in the most inconvenient places. This game serves up more bullshit than Spyro working at Subway. Ultimately, Hotel Mario is just a bad game. Not one of the worst games of all time as some suggest, just a bit shit. And while not the fault of the game itself, I wouldn't recommend emulating Hotel Mario. Not that I'd suggest you buy a second-hand CDI, because fucking hell, look at those prices, but emulation is not worth it, if only because the constant freezing during recording drove me a bit mental. Honestly though, Hotel Mario gives you an understanding as to why Nintendo are so protective over their intellectual properties. I imagine those fuckers are still somewhat traumatized by it. Good things to say about Hotel Mario are few and far between, because let's be real, people don't remember this game for the gameplay. The controls are nowhere near as bad as some would have you believe, and it controls fairly well. Though that might be because I'm not playing the game, using this thing. There's a solid amount of content available, even if most of it is about as fun as pulling teeth. It also wins the award for what is perhaps the most whimsical wiggle in any Mario game ever made. Seriously, look at this little lad. He is totally oblivious of how utterly shit his game is. To be honest, Hotel Mario's positive aspects could be written on the back of a stamp. The game's end credits made me laugh a bit, because of the Mario.exe music, or its warning about all them crimes I've been committing. This would probably work better as a mini-game in a larger Mario title, like the ones included in the DS Mario games. I'm a big fan of the Luigi Poker one. They should make a game out of that. It should be obvious at this point that I've run out of positive things to say, so let's just watch another cutscene from the game. I promise I won't edit it at all this time.
We gotta find the princess. And you gotta help us.
Anal sphincter. The muscle that keeps the anus shut, but opens when you go poop.
The graphics in Hotel Mario are something of a mixed bag, probably unsurprising for a game whose cutscenes resemble something drawn in Paint. Each of the hotels feel distinct, and the sprite work is pretty good. But some stages certainly look better than others. Some of the levels, frankly, make my eyes hurt. Though to be honest, I feel slightly robbed. There was originally a cheese hotel that was planned, but it was described as being awful. And the artist responsible was promptly fired. I guess they weren't cheese to meet him. It's okay, you can click off. I won't hold it against you. What really surprised me, however, is how much I enjoyed the music in Hotel Mario. I'll be honest, it's definitely not the best soundtrack in a Mario title. Super Mario Galaxy this is not. And certain tracks could almost certainly be accurately described as penis music, but it's not a bad soundtrack. The score might consist of simple looping tracks, but each stage has its own distinct music, with enough variations to keep it feeling fresh. And I think it goes without saying that the voice acting is fantastic. Bravo, Mark Groy. Nobody could have delivered some of these lines like you did.
Looks kinda peaceful. Looks are deceiving when Koopas are involved.
It should honestly go without saying, but there is no reason to actually play Hotel Mario. It isn't the worst game I've ever played, but it's bad in a way that isn't even worth experiencing ironically. The gameplay isn't comically bad. Just so incredibly simple and repetitive, that it gets real old real fast. I can honestly say that just watching the cutscenes on YouTube is a superior experience. Anyway, I'll be off now. I'm about to go on break now, so you'll have to come back in a bit. Which means fuck off. I'm very busy.